Let me know what you can hear, because I can't. Check, 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 check. You can hear me now? So I want to welcome y'all to the. Oh, I got some feedback. Check. Welcome y'all to Late Night Snack. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna do something. For some reason, I'm not getting. The chat is not coming up. So earlier today, I was on. Damn, this messed me up. Check. Let me know you can still hear me. Monitor only. Yeah, let me know you can still hear me. So earlier today I was live for the first time, and I was just making a bunch of just drum loops. And this is one of the tracks I made from the drum loop. This is the drum loop. Pretty simple. Alright, this is Addictive Drums. The loop is not 100% smooth. I gotta fix that, but good there. So I have Addictive Drums. Alright. I gotta get this chat together. Hold on. Give me a second. Bear with me. I'm sorry, man. It's my first time doing this. For real. Click yes. That's just me. Oh my gosh. It's definitely past my bedtime. I usually go to bed around 8 o'clock. I'll skip. All right. So, if y'all got any questions, I got a few questions I want to answer about production. You know, give me some feedback. But yeah, this is a track I made. I'll play some of the other beats in here. This is Shaker from Contact, Kareem Rickman's drums. It's just in the back a little bit, not doing much. Same thing, Contact 8, some West African drums. So new. Alright, just mix and match. Yep. thing, same kit, so new, same preset. This is pigments, just a few chords. Let's see. Listen to some of these after. Let's see. I still gotta work. I gotta work on some of these joints. Let's see. Might master them. Put some more effects to them. So what I did was, did I make the pick? Yeah, of course. Yeah, I made that preset. I can go back to that preset. Let's see. So this is a preset. I didn't make this. I just did some cut off, right? Took some frequency out. So when we talking about EQing frequencies, right? I'm just low pass. Took some of the top off, right? This right here, I think it's just a simple sine. It's the welcome, it's the default sound. All right, I put an LFO on it. Hey. It's kind of like a triplet. It's kind of like a triplet. I think it's a little bit slower, just a tiny bit. A little bit off. Yeah. Man, I hope y'all having a good summer though. Y'all here working, making some money, taking a good break, trying to turn up in the fall. Yeah. At least we made that this morning. This afternoon. I think it might be on my other account. Of me like making a bunch of these drums and making this beat. Literally made this beat in like 15 minutes. Let's see, what is this? Yeah, I can hear a lot. Add a lot of shakers and stuff to that. Let's see, what is this? Speed that up. So this is all a bunch of boom bap, very very boom bap vibe on this kit. Very dilly. I can show you some of my what I did. So I kind of just ran it through some tape. Not really doing any EQing. This is a transit shaper, right? Listen to the kick. I don't know where I got this from. This might be free. This transit master. It might be free. RC12. Shit, you can. Most of these plugins, man. They be having sales, bro. I'm pretty sure I got this for like $20. Yeah. But yeah, Addictive Drums is pretty solid. I forgot how much I paid for it. I definitely paid for this. There's some pretty cool kits in here. What's dope is same with most kits, right? Contact kits, you can have full control of it, right? A lot of times when you're like importing stuff, and this right now I'm in Logic, but you can do this in Ableton. You can do this in probably FL, whatever DAW you in, right? I'm gonna just open up a new, thing. Let me do that. Let's make this a new folder. While we wait. All right, so I'm gonna open up a new software instrument real quick. Let's go to Contact. I know a bunch of people have Contact already. Contact 8. All right, so we have, when we get here, we have different selections, right? Mono, stereo, 5.1, 16, 16 mono tracks, 25 mono tracks, 8 stereo. All right. Right now I'm just gonna do. Let's just do 16 mono tracks. I probably won't need it. See, I remember how to do this in Contact. So earlier I was using the Kareem Riggins drums. Right, hold on. First, let me do this first. Hold on. Let's do stereo. Kareem Riggins drums. Right. So we know that mono is 1 track, stereo is 2 track, left and right. So it's only so much as far as control we have with that, right? But all right, so right now we're in stereo. This is all we can do. So if we record kick, snare, hi-hat, it's already like together. You know, if that makes sense. But if we have this in mono, let's see. I remember how to do this in this joint. It's a lot easier. So Kareem, this is my mix track. Pretty sure. Let's see what happens. There's a setting I need to change. Oh man, I forgot what that setting is. Stems. There's one button, I forgot what it is. Dang. Man, but you know what? We can do this. Multi-output.
So in some of my previous videos,
all right, come on.
This
Can y'all hear this?
one is more difficult. Native Instruments, for some reason, makes it more difficult. We're going to open a version of Contact 8 in the multi-output mode. We'll just go for multi-output 16 stereo. So before we load any instruments, let's go back into Logic here and go to the mix. Just click on this little and then we're just going to select all of them. I missed this one, so I'm just going to hit Shift.
All right.
And then I'm going to right click, create track on the arrange window. So auxiliary tracks, and I'm going to create a summon. I'll just put that there for now. And then we have our instruments, some instruments. Let's just do Analog Dreams, perhaps.
All right,
doesn't really matter for this. And then we'll add another instrument, Drum Lab. So now we have 2 instruments loaded up, and you can load more obviously, but to save time, let's just move on. Now we got to go to this view up here.
Okay. Okay.
And then we got to go to classic view.
Classic. Okay.
And then we got to go to outputs.
Okay.
Because that menu does not show up in the regular view.
All right, let's do that real quick. View, go to classic, go to outputs. Okay. All right, see what's next. I feel like that's might be it.
So we go to outputs, and then we have this mixer down here within our sample racks where all the instruments are. And this one is already set up, output 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. A few more steps though. We got to come back up here and click on this little information box within the instrument. And then we have the output listed up here. Do output 1 and 2. But then the MIDI channel, right now it's on Omni.
That's not all it, bro. I don't. That's. All right, I figured that out later. But yeah, it's a lot easier in Contact and in Addictive Drums because everything is here. Kick, snare, all my snares. All right. Overhead, it's set up just like drums, a drum kit, right? Toms, my room mic, and you can process it however you want it. And same, you want to have full control of how you want to process stuff. I have to put put some verb on this. Some delay. Yeah. All right. Whatever. All right. So, questions about audio production. So basic stuff, right? EQing, right? What's the purpose of EQing? And there's a few. It's about five I have in my mind right now, right? Purpose is to fix problems, to enhance the sound, to create space in the mix, right? To shape the sound, and basically to balance the spectrum, the frequency spectrum, right? If we look here, every instrument lives in a specific spot, right? If you don't know the numbers on a frequency chart, you should know that by heart, right? 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, right? The best way to understand frequency is to get familiar with frequency, the frequency spectrum, right? We hear from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and depends on how old we are and our experience with sound. It's a lot of frequency I might not be able to hear because I'm a drummer. I played for a long time without headphones. I got a warning sound. What does a warning mean? But yeah, so we got low, mid, high, and then it breaks down even more than that. So every instrument has a specific spot, right? So for example, for this track, right, the bass and kick, right, I might want to EQ the bass in a little bit different than the kick because they might live in this in a similar area, right? Let's go back to this track, and y'all can stop me if I have any questions. All right, so that's what a kick is. Where it's kick, snare, around 200K is the fundamental, and then overtones, right? So if I'm EQing something, right, and I know that most of it lives right here, I might want to cut this just to clean up, just to make sure that there's nothing getting in, right? There's no extra noise that's getting in. I'm just cleaning stuff up, right? All right. So when I'm EQing, when I'm cleaning stuff up, when I'm fixing problems, I'm always cutting first. I'm always cutting unwanting sound before I boost, right? So I don't come to the track and be like, all right, like, no, that's insane, because a lot of times you can fix the problem by cutting. Like if there's if there's something you want to take out, you might want to take out some lows before you boost the highs. I feel like she has some background music playing. Yeah, you want to boost, you want to cut before you boost, right? Another thing as a producer, you should understand, right, words, brightness, dull. There's a bunch of charts online kind of explaining, like, all right, it might be dull here, it might be bright up here, it might be boxy here. Like those words, if you can understand and identify those words on the instrument, then you'll be able to EQ better, because you listen to a track or listen to an instrument and be like, oh, this sounds a little bit too bright, let me take something out, let me boost something here, right? Talk about creating space. What I said earlier, as far as like, all right, if the kick and the bass lives here, I might need to take out some. I might need to take out some here just to make sure that the kick and the bass frequency aren't competing with each other, right? Right, like. Boomy, harsh, thin, dull. Yep. I mean, it's just basic EQ words. So I mean, you got any questions on EQ? Let me know. All right. So another question I got was, what is side chaining? All right. If we listen to any K-Tronada beat, right? Most likely he's doing some type of side chaining on there. So he does. Maybe let me see if I can. Can I do that? Can I do that real quick? So you guys don't know who K-Tronada is a hip hop, electronic house DJ producer, and a lot of times his keys, right, his pads, his synth sounds, it has a pulsing, um, rhythmic thing happening, right? And basically what he's doing is he's side chaining the kick to that. So every time the kick plays, the pad, the chords are coming down, right? It was big back in the radio days where when somebody would talk, every time someone would talk, the music would go down. That's basically what sidechaining is, right? It's when the action of one audio signal controls the effect of another. That's basically sidechaining, right? And you get that with a compressor. Right, so you can get that. You can go sidechain. Yeah, exactly. When the input of an instrument triggers a compressor to affect another instrument. Yeah, exactly. So it's sidechain. I'm telling this to listen to. I didn't label about stuff, but listen. Listen to the kick, whatever the kick is. Let's say this is kick. So every time this plays, every time the kick plays, right, this is gonna move. This project is a bad example because I did a lot of bussing just for this. Actually, I'm gonna send this out to 30. I'm gonna turn this up. Buzz to 30. So you see every time it moves, every time the kick plays, my gain reduction is moving. Right, that's cool with like 808s and kick. I mean anything bass and kick. Like if you want the bass to get out the way, side chain the kick to it, so the kick plays and then the 808 is like, hey, all right, I got your way real quick. All right, let's move on to the next. That makes sense. Why sidechaining is needed to make room in the mix. It can make the vocal cleaner and some creative effect. Right, what Kaytranada doing, the pumping effect is, it's a creative effect. What else was there? So a limiter. It's basically, it's a brick wall, right? If I say like this, so this is compressor. If I say, hey, at minus 10 dB, I don't want anything to go past that. That's a limiter, right? So at minus 10 dB, nothing is getting past it. Let's see if I can do that with just drums. was cool. Did I make that? Yes, I did. Let's cut. So let's see. So anything ratio wise, anything past, I believe it's like around 15, 20, it's a brick wall, right? It's not, there's nothing getting past that. So you put a limiter on your master, right? At maybe 0 dBs, and saying like, hey, or -1, and saying, hey, I don't want anything past this. I don't want any clipping, right? I mean, there's like limiter plugins. You put that there and you say, hey, I don't want anything past this, because once they hit 0 dBs, there's clipping. So that's a no. So that's basically limiting. I've been getting a lot of questions about U-Lean. First, gain station, right? Gain station altogether is making sure stuff is not too soft, right? The sound is not too soft. It's not a negative. I'm looking at this chart here, this meter here. So your sound is not if everything is that soft, right? Once you want to turn it up, you're gonna get noise with it, right? You don't want that, right? You want around 16 to 12 dB, 18 to -18 to -12 dB, right? Right, good little average, because once everything build up together, it's gonna be louder, right? It's gonna be louder. You're gonna get here. You just don't want it here. You don't want it 0. So you don't want it too loud, and you don't want it too soft. So look up whatever target number you're looking at, whether it's -23, is -6. I forgot what's the streaming situation, but pick a target number, write it down, and just mix to that. Make sure that your integrated number is that. Right, you want it at the very end, of your master plugin or your master channel. All right, you want it at the very end of your master channel. You don't want it like at the beginning of your channel, because you want to make sure it's reading all this stuff. Right, you don't want it just on a random channel. You want to be on your master channel. There's other metering things, the VU meter or whatever. Like you can read this to say, okay, this is loud enough, or it's not loud enough. Let me know if it makes sense. So yeah, I mean, that's U-Lean. Just, you're not touching anything on here. You're just reading a meter, right? You're leaving the left LUFS meter, right? There's a lot of information online about this joint. Got some questions about makeup gain. makeup gain on a compressor is very simple, right? So if I'm compressing something, let's do it here. If I'm compressing something, let's turn it up. I'm like really compressing it. Right, compressing it. Ratio is high. You see how I want my input and my output to be at the same level. That's how you hear what's happening. That's how much it's compressing. And I always turn my auto gain and my auto settings off. You see how it's a full 5-6 dB apart, right? So you want to make sure it's close to. And I would never do this. This is a lot. This is too much. If you don't know what these numbers are, is your gain reduction, right? You want to keep it here. You want to keep it from 0, 5. You know, you don't want to 10, 20, 30. You're working the compressor too hard. Get another compressor on top of that, right? That's when you start getting distortion and like it sounds really, really bad. I mean, unless that's what you're going for, but like you can get that somewhere else, right? You hear the difference, right? You hear the difference in what it's compressing. All right, watch this. So the attack is fast. So when my attack is fast, I'm losing my transients because it's compressing those transients. All right, but once I slow that attack down, those transients, those initial hits are getting through. So with drums, I might want that. Now it's not fast enough. Right? I might want fast transient on vocals. I might want fast transient on like maybe a bass or something. Fast and slow release. Right? So if you have a compressor without a makeup gain, it's gonna have an output. It's gonna just have output. Let's go here. Mono, LA2A. No, yeah, LA2A. Right? It doesn't have a makeup gain. Right? LA2A just have gain. It got input and output. You just gotta adjust, right? Make it sound good. Right? Very simple. Let me know. Like, yeah, you gotta let me know. What other questions were there? Game staging. So effects. I do a small breakdown effects on my 11 o'clock. It's almost 11 o'clock, bro. It's way past my bedtime. effects. So with effects, right? I wrote this down somewhere. Where is it? So on how the effects are processed, it's up to you, right? But I always put my reverbs, my delays on a bus, right? I don't put them on the track, right? But altogether, right? There's only a few type of effects, right? We got dynamic effects, compressors, limiters, gate, expanders, de-essers. De-esser is basically a EQ and a compressor all in one. That's what a de-esser is, right? Every time it hits, some sibilants, right? The compressor will hit in and tame that S sound down. So you got dynamic effects, you got EQ and filtering effects. You got time-based effects, right? Reverb, delay, chorus, flanger, phaser. Those are time-based. It's dealing with time. You got distortion, saturation effects. Distortion, overdrive, saturation, bit crusher. Modulation effects, tremolo, vibrato, auto pan, ring modulator, pitch and time effects, right? Those 6 categories those are all the effects, right? If you get a unique plugin that does something crazy, it's just one of those things, If somebody is selling someone's selling something crazy, it's just doing this. It's just doing one of those 6 things. Right. As far as the order it goes, it's up to you. Right. Put them on a bus. And send them out. It's up to you. It's not like a rule or anything. I always have my dynamic effects, my compressors, and I put that on the track because it's working with that individual wave file. But as far as reverb, because if I'm working, with a vocal or something, I might want multiple things going to that specific reverb, right? So instead of me putting 20 reverbs doing the exact same sound or same preset or whatever, I have one aux track being, these things are being synced to that one aux track, right? Let me know if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's really, as far as the order it goes, it's really up to you. Yeah, I mean, it's just the biggest thing. You can watch all these videos and listen to all these folks talking about compression, talking about how to mix, but like, it only makes sense once you do it, right? Take what they're talking about and just do it, right? You know what compressor does. You know what a reverb does. Like, there's different types. Like, put it on the track and see how it sounds, what it feels to you. Like, the more you do it, the more you understand. The more you understand. Like, oh, okay, if I move this threshold, if I slow down the attack, this happens, or this happens. Right? Do different combinations. Like, you got to build your own sound. Really. Right? Don't. Yeah, I don't know. What else is there to talk about? Yeah, I'm trying to be active on this YouTube thing, man. I don't know. Let me know if anybody's in here, man. If not, I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear it, my music in the background. All this stuff is mad old. Man, I'm trying to do this more. Probably take a day. Do more beat videos. You're not even watching You're not even watching this. I know it for a fact. This is cool. Late night snack. What is this? Bounce. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've definitely been trying to go through a bunch of my old stuff and just like remix them. You know. I'm pretty sure that hold on, I'll stop playing that. I'm pretty sure that your computer, your whatever DAW you're using, has a lot of like cool plugins, synths and stuff. Like, definitely use that. You know. Definitely want to show you. This is a track I've been working on. Oh, yeah, I hope I saved that. What's West Side? Alright, I'm tapping out. In stream. I'll try this another day. Peace out.